Hey y'all, it is something on my mind, and it's been bothering me for a while. And recently, I got a phone call about a week or so ago, and I was reminded of the phone call when I got a rather insulting comment on my blog. And most of the time you're not gonna do something like this and not have, some type of troll or negative vibe from someone. Or, there's always one, and there's always someone in the crowd. But anyway, it just got me to thinking, and it is quite heavy, and I'm just gonna jump into it. So, for the third time this year, and since my IVF journey started, I had someone for the third time share with me that that she had had an abortion. And I want to say up front, I am pro-choice. I respect a woman's decision to do what's best for her body, her mental health, and her situation. I respect anyone who has to make a hard decision. But I have been dealing with this on my mind and trying to process it and keep it out of my head and swallow it, and it's just not working. I felt as if I had to be a friend and listen to these three different cases, these three different scenarios in which these women chose to terminate their pregnancies. But I just don't have it in me. I found myself not saying anything on the vlog because I was protecting their feelings. And I find that now to be odd because they didn't consider mine when they told me so casually that they had chose to have an abortion. None of these abortions were for medical reasons. I'm hesitating because, again, I'm thinking about the person's, feelings and, if they were to ever see this vlog and, but again, I don't have the bandwidth to process what I'm going through, deal with what I'm dealing with, and step around other people's feelings who stepped on mine. And I just think it was very inconsiderate and very insensitive for someone to call me, and, ask me how I'm doing, ask me how my journey is going, and then to say, guess what? So, in a moment of passion, there was no condom, and I got pregnant, and girl, yeah, I had an abortion. And I thought about you. I'm sorry, what? What? Okay, I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? I was so stunned that I couldn't say, look, I respect your decision. You had to do what you had to do for you, but I can't have this conversation with you right now. This is a very hurtful, sensitive topic for me. But I listened and I listened and I listened and trying to be a friend. And I'm like, why do I keep doing that? Why do I keep allowing myself for people to dump like I'm just some type of receptacle or some quarry where they can just dump all their issues? And it's like, I can't handle that. And another person, another woman, shared with me that her doctor wanted her to be on 2 weeks bed rest for some symptoms that she was experiencing. And trying to work it out financially and trying to work it out logistically, it just didn't come together. So she was like, I'm just going to terminate the pregnancy because I don't want to take the time off. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, this isn't to say that people don't have a choice or people don't have a right, or people have to justify with me. Sometimes you can't get around particular conversations, especially something like this, especially if you already knew that this person was expecting and they're no longer expecting. So yeah, the topic is going to come up. And I don't know how it could have been avoided. It was just disappointing for me, and I had to deal with that because that's my shit. That's all me. How I felt about what she did, that was all on me. It had nothing to do with her. But the kicker is, she got pregnant and her tubes are tied. Apparently not tied too tight or so well. And it's not the first time. This is the second time she's got pregnant with, with her tubes having been tied. And, it's just crazy to me, how things in the world work and one's thought process. And I'm being very careful as I speak, and I'm trying to continue to speak freely but still carefully, because this is a very sensitive topic for both me and for the listener, and for both persons who have had to make the choice and persons who have been a part of having to make the choice for whatever reason. But just me personally, to have been in conversations and 3 abortions took place within the last year and a half, I'm just feeling how I'm feeling. And it's me. It's my shit. And I've got to figure out how to swallow that. But what I don't need is someone calling me saying, girl, I had an abortion and I thought about you. I can't take that. I mean, I don't know if that was a confession or it was I feel bad. I don't know what it was, and I was too stunned and shocked to even ask why and what that was about. I just did the best I could to hold on to myself in the conversation and get off the phone and just bawl and just like my mouth was open. My mouth was just open. But yeah, I just oh well, that was not a good idea. I so many times my journey is thrown in my face. I'm slapped in the face with something, and then I'm told, just deal with it, and and that's just the way it is. And things can be what they are, and facts can be facts. But I do not have to be insulted. Excuse me. I do not have to accept when someone is being inconsiderate. I am not a doormat. And the TTC community is made up of women who have different issues. Everyone's journey is different for many different reasons. And everyone has to strive and do what they have to do in order to get these babies. And I don't resent a woman who's fertile. I don't resent a woman who can get pregnant every other year. God bless her, and God bless her body and her children. But there's a line. There's a line that has to be drawn, you know, for people who are in my life. And whether you are a friend, an acquaintance, an associate, and you know what I'm doing and you know what I'm going through, there is no way that I should have gotten a phone call like that. No way. And I checked myself. It's not envy. It's not resentment. It's not jealousy. That's just flat out wanting to be given some respect and some space and some consideration for what I am dealing with. And many comments are going to come flooding in. And it's going to say, she wasn't really your friend. She wasn't really your friend. She's not a true friend. And regardless, someone called me and they needed to talk. And I wanted to be, you know, open to the conversation. You know, when you haven't talked to someone in a couple months, you want to check in and holler at them, that's cool. But I had no idea that that was coming. No idea. I really am seeing now why I am doing this alone. Not the part that I volunteered for, but the part where people have fallen off or fallen back. You know, I understand that people don't know what to say, how to say it, you know, or what to say at all. But we're some intelligent human beings. It ain't that fucking difficult. It ain't that damn difficult. It ain't that difficult. It really isn't. How you doing? Is everything going okay? You still hanging in there? Good girl. Cop-outs, cowards, and lazy linguists. God bless us. Peace and gratitude to every woman who is taking her body through this journey.